Right. This is an attempt to actually describe walking from La Rosa um, to Whitby Abbey. We go down some steps to the river, and these are the first set of steps. You can see somebody at the bottom, and there is a tunnel there, and somebody else walking along there. But you can see the abbey in the background. So we're walking down, and we go down these steps here, and I am quite amazed how when I first started to do this, this was extremely, it seemed like a hell of a long way and a lot of work, it's like to do all these steps. And you can see this is, I think it's called the Khyber or something like that. Anyway, through this tunnel, and apologies for the blurry bits in there. Um, and sorry for keeping saying but we come out here and we're at the top of about 60 steps, uh, which take us down to the passage behind the Magpie Café. And as you can see, very sunny, beautiful day, and it is, so just a rather nice day. So I'm not physically counting these, but this is the walk down to, the back of the Magpie. And this is a sort of street, because of COVID and all that sort of thing. This street is so narrow, and there's houses on both sides of it. I mean, a lot of our holiday cottages, but you can actually have a look. And I noticed there's like bins and things like that. So they're going to have to be pulled out to the end of the street, And this is it. Whitby is not built for transport, so you can walk and that's it. Although to live in Whitby, you need a car, which is very ironic. Although I've come by train. And it's a lovely, lovely Christmas scene in someone's window. I actually took a photograph yesterday, and then I could actually see the woman who lived in there ironing. So anyway, we're at the bottom of the steps now, the Abbey steps. There are 199, and every 10th step is marked with a brass boss on the left-hand side that says what number the step is in Roman numerals. You can see that. I think that's 20. And before long, you are, walking up quite quick. This sequence takes me 4 minutes, and it's just because I'm trying to actually see things and show you stopping points and views of Whitby. I mean, you can see the harbour there. Absolutely gorgeous day. And, so it's Whitby is a wonderful place. Sorry, we'll have a look across there, and that's La Rosa, where I actually came from. So, okay, and somebody's left some of their input into this. Okay, so that's in concrete. So back up the steps now. And yeah, I keep looking for more of these brass bosses that actually say how many steps you are. And it makes it, when you sort of hit 100 or whatever, and you realize that you're halfway there. But, so you get some great views over Whitby, as well as just looking at these steps. And most houses in Whitby are very individual. You will see one house, and that will be the only house like that. Sort of looking out to the harbour again and looking over Whitby again. And it's, a very, very it's a pleasant walk up. And one time I walked up here, and at the top of the steps was a sign saying, if you got a heart condition, you shouldn't be going up these steps. That was the wrong place to actually put that sign. But yeah, say la vie, whatever. The following year it wasn't there, and there's no sign of it now. But I'm glad to be able to actually take you up these steps and show you, so roughly what the Abbey's like. And, so it was a sunny day. And every time I come to Whitby, I make sure that I actually go up these steps. I actually, just I enjoy it. It's a great walk. Fairly simple, and there's me because of the light on the camera. I couldn't actually see that boss, even though you keep seeing it appear, and eventually I work out what it is, and I think there's about 20 anyway. Okay, so nearly at the top now, and I hope you kept with me, because now we're going to go to the Abbey fairly soon, and just have a look what we can see at Whitby Abbey. That's a wonderful Celtic cross in the St Mary's graveyard. And it's like, here's the graves and the paths and some very impressive things, so to remember people with. But it looks like we're going to hit the Abbey soon. And I was completely wrong about that. Oh, that's St Mary's Church, which is, looking very impressive. But anyway, yeah, we're at the Abbey now. And this is just the visitor centre. The sun on the Abbey makes it very, very difficult to actually take photographs. But, so you will see what I've taken. But it's well worth a visit. And if you've not been before, it is really a really great place to be. But you can see blue sky behind it, very dark. But those ruins have been there for probably the best part of 1,000 years. And anyway, we're walking up towards the visitor centre, trying to make sure you can see things and everything's not just blacked out, which the shadows and the sun does actually cause. So that's a bench there, and in the distance there is a statue runner, but that's another great shot of the Abbey and the ruins. And you may think, yeah, that's, so that is definitely worth seeing. But we will soon be turning around, and that's the visitor centre, and you can see just in the distance, yeah, we've got the runner there, in its own square. And that's, so basically the visitor centre. So, and more shots of the Abbey, a couple of zoom in so we can actually see the stonework. And my dad was a builder, but I never worked on anything anywhere near the size of this. I'm just fascinated by how they managed to actually build things like this. Absolutely stunning, amazing work. But anyway, this is me going back down the steps. And for some people, going down these steps is more difficult than actually going up them. We see people coming up and we can see the harbour and look across and see La Rosa. But this has been my walk across to Whitby Abbey from La Rosa, down the 70 or 80 steps from the Rosa and up the 199 steps to the Abbey, and now back down the 199 steps. And apologies for the frog in my throat, but you know, so that's just the way it is. And looking out to the harbour, and that's about it. Okay.